approach this matter because being the upper chamber, at times like this, we must show maturity and statesmanship. I don't think anybody who has been around enough to observe the practice of our democracy knows that this action cannot be right. We're not a Senate in committee, a Senate in plenary. Under constitutional powers requires the IG to come and give a report on an incident involving a colleague, and more importantly, on the incessant killings that have happened in the country. And he has felt that he is not come, but he wants to dedicate it to a junior to come to appear before us. In my own recollection, since, and I'm sure those who are here, like the Deputy Senate President, Senator James Manja, I don't think that any IG has ever refused to appear before the Senate since we've been practicing democracy. And I don't think that this has ever happened before. But we must all know these actions are in danger to our democracy. He's doing this, but again, we cannot say it's just to us, because the president told us that he told him to go to Benue. The man refused to go to Benue, and he's still there, so he's doing this. So I want to appeal to our colleagues, let us approach this two ways. One way, we give him another period of time for him to reflect the enormity of the action, because whatever happens today sets a precedent for the future. And as such, it's important that we do not allow, when issues like this, we must ensure that the right thing is done. Give him time so that he's well guided, because his immediate bosses, his vice president, is his son, a former attorney general, who knows the right thing, and I'm sure will not condone this. Neither the president, the man of Intel, will condone this. So let us, I know in issues like this, there's great disrespect to the institution, but let us, there's no rush. We're all trying to work for the country. And in doing that, these are things that we must go through. So let us go two ways. The leader and the chairman, leader of the Senate and the chairman of police should engage with the executive and appreciate. Let me, the leader of the Senate and the chairman should engage with the executive, and that I appreciate that our position on this. There are powers that we can exercise, which is not in the interest of us making progress in this country. There are issues of where, in this year alone, over 500 or 600 people have been killed. And if we believe that such issues, the man who is in charge of enforcing law and order should not sit down and engage with we that have the powers of representing the people, then there's something wrong somewhere. So let us hold and give time for reflection on that mandate within a week to look into that and come back to us. And then I am sure that wisdom will prevail. So I would like us to please hold our comments until then. And I'm pretty confident that the right thing and sanity will prevail. And the right thing. This is a country that will lead example to other countries. And I don't think that we want to go so low by this kind of action. So let us resolve as that for now. And then in a week's time, the leader and the chairman can report back to us. And we will take it from there. Leader of the Senate.